Well, it's the evening time of Sunday. Yes, Sunday evening, live at 5. It is live at 5. Good evening, everybody. Hey, I'm here a little bit early so all the platforms can have time to tell the people that I'm here, to tell the people that I'm here. Yes. Good evening. I sure hope y'all are having a good weekend. Hope you've done something that was non-screen related. Um, Got to get a little bit of time where you are away from the screens, where you are out in the sunshine. You got to go out to the sunshine. There we go. Bring the microphone in. You got to go out to the sunshine. Let the vitamin D get into your skin. Hey, Frank, let the vitamin D get into your skin. You have to go outside a little bit. The weather should be fine in most places. I know we're coming into I guess this is called spring. Today was Palm Sunday. Prayerfully, some people went to the church house. Yes, I went yesterday. I go on Saturdays, not because I'm Seventh-day Adventist, but because my church has services on Saturdays. So we go on Saturdays. That's why we go. Not because I'm Seventh-day Adventist. Nothing against Seventh-day Adventists. It's just I'm not one. But we go on Saturday evenings. So I went yesterday. And today I got to spend some time. Hey, Ward, got to spend some time this morning with my children. We went to a little brunch. Had a nice little brunch in Jacksonville. It was really good. Got to spend some time catching up with them, hearing their lives. One thing about, spending time with your adult children, when it's drama free, of course, is that, you don't have to go and you don't have to explain all the backstories. I like the fact that we don't have to explain the backstory. You can literally start a story in the middle and they know where we are. You can jump straight to where we are because they already know the story. So we don't have to I don't have to like do a lot of explaining about where we are in the story. You can just like jump right in, or something said. There's a funny story we have, but it gets brought up and then somebody starts laughing, like me generally, and everybody already knows what you laugh about because you already know the story. So that I love that about me spending time with my adult children. Everybody on their own. And the good thing is too, when the bill comes, generally I pay, but sometimes every now and then one of them will reach for the bill. My son's birthday is coming up on Wednesday, and today was like his birthday brunch, and my daughter decided to pay today, which is great. She's offered to pay many times. It's not like she doesn't ever offer. She does. But today she paid, and it was like, yes, I got to enjoy my breakfast. It was delicious. And it was great. TJ says, I'm not ready for my son to leave. He's 17, about to be 18. I want to stay with me forever. Listen, that 17 to 18 is a rough age, definitely. But when he's gone, TJ, you're going to enjoy. Initially, you'll feel a little lonely, but that empty nest thing, to not have to be worried about nobody but you, oh, have mercy. Have mercy. I don't have to worry about whether nobody eats. And, because my husband is capable. He can cook just as well, if not better than me. Probably better in some stuff because my husband likes to cook. I don't necessarily like to cook. But I got to worry about whether somebody ate or whether they're with the wrong friends. And I still do worry about those things. But yeah. But I know when you're 17, 18, he's still going to be, under your umbrella and still going to be, in your pocketbook, if nothing else. Because when they go to college or wherever they go next, they'll still be all the things. Hey, Patrick, how you doing? I sure hope your day of working yesterday went well. I hope it was fruitful yesterday. Okay, so I've kind of got us a little bit caught up. I want to give enough time for all the platforms to let the people know that we were here. Y'all see I got a new chair? I got me a new chair. I had to buy me a new office chair because my chair had an issue where you'd sit in it and just would periodically it would go shoot shoot. It would just go down, and then I would spend more time lifting it back. It was got to be frustrating. So I found me a nice chair yesterday, and I bought it. Yep, I bought it. It's a gamer's chair. I'm not a gamer, but I do sit here. I sit in my desk a lot longer than I should probably sit. I've been working on that too. Okay. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Oh, let's go to the chart first. Want us to go into the chart, see what last week looked like. This is SPX last week. This is a weekly chart. So every candle is 1 week. This was last week. Ooh, you see that nice green? It was green all week long. Opened down here at 59.56 and closed at 53.49. It opened at 49.56, so somewhere down in here, and closed at 53.50. That's a 400-point move, and we still got some wicks down and up, so it actually moved more than that. But as far as open and close, it's about 400 points in the open and close, and that's a lot of movement for the week. All right, compared to the previous weeks where we've had down, 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 down. But this is what the last week of SPX looked like. We can turn it to our daily chart. And this was the last 5 days. Basically, we dipped down into what we now know is a support area at 49.65. I guess we can bring it down probably 49.55. Leg in, base, leg out, and big leg out. Off we went. We left a gap here after Wednesday to Thursday. There's a gap that was left here remaining to be closed. And, we'll see what this week holds. Turns out that I saw something on the news that tariffs there's some exceptions to the tariffs, or maybe short-term exceptions. We'll talk about that, I'm sure, in a minute when I get to the CNBC screen. I'm sure we'll talk about that. Do I have a CNBC screen? I don't know if I have a CNBC screen. Nope, that's not what I want that screen to be. ce.yahoo.com. There we go. All right. So this was SPX last week and previous weeks. This is a daily chart. Closed the gap that was between the 3rd and the 4th. That gap got closed by last Wednesday's candle, but there is a gap up here between the 2nd and the 3rd that is still waiting. SPX might go on up there and get it. 56.64 is the top of that gap, which is also some resistance. So if we were going to put us a resistance line up here, we can put us a line up here. But that's what SPX did last week, right? Triple Q is going to look very similar because they always do. You see, they look very similar. Okay, I like to clear all these drawings after a while because it gets too crowded on my chart, and then I'm like, I don't like the way all that stuff is on there. It's too much stuff. It gets me confused. I don't like all the stuff on my chart, but I keep my moving averages here because they guide us. SPY's gonna look a lot like those charts as well. SPY, not DPY. SPY. There we go. SPY is going to look very similar, and it does. I'm going to do the same thing with SPY. Clear off all these drawings because it gets crowded in here. Now, IWM, this is the one I need to keep an eye on. We opened an IWM trade on Friday. That's what we do in my community. On Fridays, we open an IWM trade. So we'll definitely need to check to make sure that IWM does its thing. It needs to stay below our strike. I want to say our strike is like 197 or something like that. But we do have some stuff here that it can come on back up and try to get at. And we don't want that. Not before I get my trade closed. At least it can go where it wants to go after that. You go wherever you want to go after my trade is off, and I'll just be moving on. But you wait at least till my trade is closed before you decide you're moving on. How about that? You just wait till I'm finished with my trade before you go on where you're going. All right, so this is IWM. Though I'm sure there's a lot more lines. I'm not even trying to like chart it. I just was putting some stuff that I see while I'm just looking at it. Hey Julie and hey Casey Martin, how y'all doing? All right, that's what we saw last week. I don't think we'll be here at 6 o'clock when ES opens, so we don't know what our ES futures look. Maybe I'll be able to hit it on CNBC to see what's talking about. Okay, this week coming up as far as meetings go. As far as meetings go, we've got Monday, FOMC people are talking. Barkin, Waller, Hawker, and Bosick are all going to speak on Monday, 12, 1, 6, and 7:40, respectively. 2 o'clock, Empire State Manufacturing Index, import prices, API Weekly Statistical Bulletin, and FOMC member Cook will speak at 7. There must be something going on for them to be talking after hours. Wednesday morning at 8:30, we have core retail sales month over month. I will say I've been out a little bit shopping the last few days, and we're prepping. Easter is coming up this coming, next weekend, Easter Resurrection Day. I call it Resurrection Day, but however you want to, however you phrase it. And there's a lot of stuff on the shelf, but there ain't a lot of buyers in those stores. Usually it's real thick and crowded in there, and that's not really happening. Okay. Wednesday, capacity utilization, 9:15, 10 o'clock business inventories, 10:30 crude oil, 12 o'clock hammock from the FOMC is speaking. Powell, ding, ding, ding. Powell will speak at 1:30 on Wednesday. Let's see what he's speaking at. He's going to be at the, doesn't say where he's going to be anywhere special. Speaker. No, it doesn't say he's anywhere special. He's just speaking. No, usually they tell us. Oh, here we go. He's due to speak about the economic outlook at the Economic Club of Chicago. At the Economic Club of Chicago on Wednesday at 1:30. It's going to, of course, he's Powell. So whatever he says, whenever he starts to say whatever, whenever, it causes some disruption of the market. Thursday, we're going to have unemployment claims at 8:30 before the market opens. Philly Fed, building permits, housing starts, all those things. And then Friday, we'll have FOMC member Daly speaking. Of course, we do not have any idea of when the president will speak in the midst of all these things, because there will be some, and I'm sure those things will move the market. Okay. Trump has tariffs, taxes, and debt ceiling on summer collision course. Action in Washington has done little to clarify what Trump's end game will look like. Trump says looking at tariffs on chips, electronics, denies the exception. Oh my. Ooh, Lord. He denies there's an exception on those things. So where folks are thinking there's going to be an exception and the market going to run to the moon again on Monday, Trump is saying there isn't an exception. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Trump team tries to project calm after tariff moves the rattled market. Warren Trump is playing red light, green light game with the tariffs. Kashkari says all the Fed can do is keep inflation anchored. That's really all the Fed can do. That's their whole mission, is try to keep the inflation anchored. That's what they can do. G7 central banks prepare first responses to U.S. tariff chaos. Trump says looking at electronic supply chain in national security tariff probe. Okay, well, there's that. Looks like there may or may not be an exception, right? There may not be that. So we'll, like any other day, what do? Trade what you see. What do? Trade what you see. You better trade what you see every single day. You better trade what you see. All right. These are our earnings coming up for this week. The banks started us off on Friday. They're going to continue tomorrow. We got Goldman Sachs on Monday before open, M&T Bank Monday after close. We've got Applied Blockchain, First Bank, Pinnacle, Skillsoft, Kestra, On Track, HI Plus, which is Health and Tech, or HIT, and BioStem. On Tuesday morning, we got Bank of America, Citibank, Johnson & Johnson, PNC, Albertsons, Ericsson, Rent the Runway, and Jiabao Tech. Y'all hear me with my Chinese? Jiabao? Yeah. I used to live in China, by the way, in case you didn't know that. I lived in China for 3 years. Tuesday, after close, United Airlines. Where's my mouse? I don't see my mouse. There we go. United Airlines, Interactive Brokers, JB Hunt, Hancock Whitney, Fulton Financial, Equity Bank Shares, Core, Game Square, Pioneer Power Solutions, and Omnicom Group. On Wednesday, we've got ASML, US Bancorp, Abbott. Abbott is the medical people, right? Progressive Travelers, which is insurance, Prologis, Movado Group, Autoliv, Citizens Financial Group, and First Horizons National Corporation. Wednesday evening, we got Alcoa, Bank of the Ozarks, HOMB, I'm not sure what this stands for, CSX, Kinder Morgan, Synovus, Great Southern Bank, Rexford Industrial, Simmons Bank, and SL Green. That's not a G, that's just part of their logo. SL Green Realty Corp. I wonder, is that a REIT? Is SL Green Realty, is that a REIT? SLG. Thursday morning, we got Taiwan Semiconductors being defended by all the nations. We've got UNH, United Health Group, that ran to the moon last week, leading right up to earnings. And no telling what'll happen at earnings. It's liable to turn back because everybody who's going to be like, oh, I got my money. Let me go ahead and close it and sell it. Huntington, American Express, Regions, Texas Capital Bank, DR Horton, Alley, Hooker, Fifth Third Bank, and then on Thursday, we got Netflix, Martin, and Independent. Friday is open. Oh, now that we're at Friday, thank you, Liz. Hey, Lisa. Friday, the market is going to be closed. I believe the market is closed on Friday. Do we agree? Friday is Good Friday. I believe the market is closed on Friday. Let me see. Is the market closed on Friday? Is the stock market? I'm pretty sure it is because all of our expirations are showing Thursday. Closed on 4/18/25. I believe so, because not closed today. I know it's not closed today because all the expirations show the 17th as your expiration. The stock market exchange is closed on Friday, April the 18th. Okay, that's why there's no earnings here on Friday, because the stock market is closed on Friday. It's closed. We're going to have a short week. Short weeks don't have all the days. Okay, so you got to trade with precision. Trade wisely. Leading into Easter weekend. Okay. So I got that. All right. I think I covered earnings, meetings, previous charts. Yes, I did. Okay, now we can switch over. I didn't want to go here first. I could go. Oh, I didn't want to go there first either. Where is it at? Where's am I looking for? Lord. The stuff I'm looking for ain't even here. Oh, there it is. It's in the wrong place. Last week, I always show this chart. Last week, oh my, the volatility from last week wreaked havoc on our trades list. 2 out of 9 were profitable, and 3 of these were partials. So they were partially breached, which means the price stopped between them. CVS and Dollar General were fine. No issues at all, right? IEF and Tilt breached completely. Airbnb and NVIDIA breached completely. This is interesting because last week, Janae, when we said that what NVIDIA was going to be below 101, and Janae was like, NVIDIA below 101? She was like, I don't know about that. She was just like, first of all, if it stays out there, that's going to be scary. But it didn't. It did not. It went right on about its way. NVIDIA closed up in the 1 teens, I believe. You see, NVIDIA closed at 110 and some change. Yeah, it went on past that 101. Like, I don't know sure who you talking about. If Vinny was like, you are not talking about me with that 101. Anyway, so Amazon, Google, and Taiwan Semiconductors all closed in the middle of their trades list. So 2 out of 9. If you had opened and let it go all the way, which most people don't anyway. Many people who trade this are active traders, so you close your stuff before the Friday comes anyway. But if you decided you would just go, hang out and let it do its thing, then you would have seen that they all got breached. Well, not all but 2 got breached on Friday. Right? I need to find that. Why is it that I don't have the new trades for this coming week? For this coming week, we have a very short list because I took us back to, first of all, just the lower risk, because last week's list was made up of low risk and moderate risk. It was a mixture. Last week's list was a mixture, and because there was so much that the low risk list was very small, and I wanted to make sure we had more trades available. So I added some things from the moderate list. Hey, Knifey, I added some stuff from the moderate risk list, right? And I don't think that is why that them off the moderate risk list is not why there was, the 2 out of 9. It was because there was a significant drop 2 weeks ago. And then we recovered off that drop massively last week, right? Okay, so this is this week's list, though. This week's list has 5 stocks on it. The only thing I liked on our list for the bullish list was gold. The only thing I liked there was gold. I'm trying to get that. There we go. Was gold, 289, 290, the put credit spread side. And for the call credit spread side, we've got Kraft Heinz, Microsoft, SPY, and VU. Those are the 5 things that I see for the week. Again, not investment advice. I'm not an investment advisor. I see some potential opportunities here, and maybe the potential for some profits to be made. I should always put IWM on this list because my community trades IWM every week. So I really should put IWM on this list every week because we be in it, right? So if we're in it, I should probably make sure that the rest of my trader folks who following around us, no, that ain't where I want to go, who are following by, at least know what we're trading over here, right? Might want to see that. This is our list. If you follow me on social media, you should be able to see this list in all the places because it is in all my places, right? You can always see this list. If you're on my email list, if you're in any of my social media, you can see this list anywhere you can see me. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. You can see this list in all the places. Let me see if IWM shows up on the moderate list. It does show up as bearish still. All right. All sports tees. Hey there. How you doing? Okay. So there's that. Now let's go on to the other business. This was last week. This was my profits last week trading 0 DTE SPX. My profits from trading 0 DTE. If you're following me in social media, like I said, I post my profits. I post profits from the people who are in the membership. I post, and this was just last week, 0 DTE results. Even with a loss of $1,700 on Tuesday, I still ended up with $3,300 in profits for the week. I was thinking, what if I wouldn't have lost that money on Tuesday? My week would have been phenomenal. But you know what? The last 2 weeks, I've had losses on Tuesdays. So Tuesday, thank you. Tuesday made me this past Tuesday because I saw now a repeat action, a systemic issue. Systemic issue that made me adjust something. Wednesday, I didn't have that much because I had other things going, so I didn't trade very much. I was busy doing some other things, and I wasn't in a place where I really could trade. So I traded very light. But it helped. It made me adjust our trading plan a little bit as far as our timing and what it is that we're doing as a community to make sure that we're in the proper times and the proper trades. But these are my numbers. But I've got people who are in the community who are pulling in their thousands too, pulling in their thousands each day, 400 and 500 a day. And I'm this ain't a brag. This is the deal. As the kids say, no cap. This ain't a brag. This is what's happening. And I'm saying all this to say that I've opened up over the past few weeks. I opened up the Option Seller Zone membership, and many people have joined over the weekend, but it's closing tonight. I'm wanting to take this next group of people and move us through. What I did at the beginning of this year is the Lord told me to focus on the people who were in my membership and to make sure to get them profitable. So that's what we did. We put programs in place. So initially, at the beginning of the year, we had a few rough starts because this has been an interesting year to trade. We had a few rough starts, and then we got ourselves moving, and we've been up and up, green and green ever since then. All right. So now I opened up the membership again for us to bring in some new people into the new cohort so I can move everybody through at the same time. All right. But after tomorrow night, I'm closing it. Not only is it closing, you ain't going to be able to see it. I'm closing it because I want to take all these people together and move everybody through so that I can focus on the folks. I can focus on the people. I can focus on their training. I can make sure that everybody can get what they need. And you can ask anybody in my membership. I'm a hands-on leader, probably too hands-on sometimes, but I'm doing what I was told to do. The Lord told me to take care of his folks and he'll take care of me. So that's what I'm doing, is taking care of folks so God can take care of me. And I showed you what my profits are looking like. In the midst of even me focusing on the people, I'm still pulling in really good numbers. Now, if he says, you definitely focus and position them to win. That was my whole objective. It ain't for me just to move up, and we all need to move up, right? Selena said, this Tuesday, I think I'm doing my high risk strategy again. All right, well, going on, Selena. Donald Olivier say he signed up today. Come on, Donald. Come on in. You can come on into the membership. I'm going to give you the link for those of you who are thinking, I'll just wait till next time. Don't fool around and miss out, because I literally, and I'm not just saying this. Some people say, I don't know when I'm going to open it again. I'm really saying I don't know when I'm going to open it again. And the other piece of that is, when I do open it again, I'm real sure it won't be $97. I'm real sure about that. The people who are with me now, who are trading with us and are going to be doing it for $97, they're going to be locked in. But after it changes, and I'm real sure that it is, because me and the Lord are already in discussions. Okay, me and him are already having talks, and the problem is not him wanting to move it up, it's me. So it won't be long, and when it moves, those who are already in will be grandfathered at their price, and those who are not just won't, and it will be what it is, right? I'm past the days, to be honest, I'm past the days of trying to convince people of what they should and shouldn't do. I've done that. I did it for way too long, if I'm honest, and moving on. All right. So if you want to come on, then come on. If not, well, it's all good. There is definitely no issues. Please, I just want you to, my whole thing is I want people to win. And wherever you can win and whoever you can win with, I'm all for that. I'm not going to shake no other coach, because listen, this job is difficult. And however you do it with whoever you're assigned to, I say go for it. Go for it. All right. Whoever's assigned to me, that's who I want to take with me. And if you're not assigned to my voice, then let's keep on pushing it. Right. Let's just keep on pushing it. Yep. Definitely. All right. Me and the Lord are in talks. We having conversations. He talking. I'm listening. I'm talking. He listening. We're there. We're getting there, Knifey. We're almost there. We're almost there. Anyway, it's closing this evening. If you're coming, I'm going to have a session after this. We will have our We will have our weekly charting call. We have a charting call at 6. I'll do a charting call. I'll talk about our membership overview. I'll touch on all of our strategies, what it is we do, make sure people have everything they need to train and be successful. And then we're going to get ourselves ready to make it do what it do for the next 4 days. That's how we do. All right. That's how we do it. Julie says, join the group. It's worth the investment in a great community. I promise you, one trade will pay for that membership. What do we do in here? We do credit spreads weekly. We do daily SPX spreads. We do cash secure puts, and we do cover calls, right? Because we're not just making money with the options, but we're taking that money and then buying stocks with it. We're using it to buy assets, because that's really what we're after, is we need to have assets. So that's what we're doing. We're taking that same money that we're generating and we're buying something with it that's going to outlast us, because them options contracts won't outlast you. But your shares, you can pass those shares down to your children's children. You're talking about leaving an inheritance for your children's children. That's what stock market shares can be. That can be your inheritance, because you leave money for your children's children. A couple generations, maybe one generation, it's all gone. It's gone. You leave some stock shares, and they may run through that too. You don't know. You ain't here, so it won't even matter, to be honest. But when you leave shares to your children's children, that's that inheritance as well. All right, that's an inheritance, just like leaving money. All right. Lisa said we make that 97 in 1 to 2 trades a day. You already made the money, and the rest of the month is yours. Rest of the month is yours. So the membership, we learn, trade, and profit the seller's way. We're option sellers. I'm a seller coach, a supportive community. I promise you, I have curated a nice, warm community where you can be nurtured and taught along the way. Nobody's going to treat you like you're, the scourge of the earth. You're going to be taught and come along the way. I'm an educator. This is what I do. This is what I do all day, every day. Lord, thank you. I don't do this all day, every day. That I don't educate children all day. I'm an educator at the university, and this 2 days a week, but I am an educator. This is my profession, right? This is what I do. Create an environment for people to learn. That is what I do. That is what I do all day, every day. It's create an environment for people to learn. Supportive community, profitable strategies that include less screen time. On Friday, I was trading. I went to I had to be at the gym at 12. I had an appointment with my trainer. I entered my 12 o'clock trade just before I walked into the gym. Then I did my hour workout with the trainer. And then while I was sitting I was coming out of the sauna. As I was coming out of the sauna, I put in my 130 trade. And then I went and had lunch when my husband had lunch. And when we were leaving from lunch at 2:10, I put in my next trade. And we went to do a little bit of shopping. And then I was, shopping and doing. And then when shopping was over, the market was closing. So when the market was closing, I looked and saw that all my trades were profitable. But that whole afternoon from 12 to 4, I was sitting in front of my computer screens. I was out and about in the sunshine. I was out in the sunshine on Friday. I did all the stuff I just mentioned, and I was still trading. Definitely less screen time, because my life, the way my focus is set up, I can't sit in front of the screens. Even if I'm in front of the screen, I can't watch the charts because I just lose focus. My ADD, ADHD, whatever you want to call it, I be doing all the other stuff on my computer. All the others, because I'm a creative designer. So I do all the other things, and I'm like, I should really be watching the chart, but I'll be doing other stuff. I'll be checking emails and everything else. So the strategies that I create don't include all that, because I know that doesn't fit me. It doesn't fit me. So I know it don't fit a lot of y'all either. What time do I start my calls? So the calls we have a call. Let me see. I got a graphic I created. Where did I put it? Did I put it here? I'm not sure if you can see that screen, and no, you can't see that screen. I'm trying to see if I have that graphic right here. I had a graphic that I created that will tell you exactly what our times are. So that way, is that it? My computer's slowing down because it's got too many things going at once. My computer says, yep, you're doing the most. Yep, you're doing the most. Okay. I need you to move. Okay, there we go. I'll put you here. That way the people can see. Yep. I'll do that. And then you can see the screen of where are the calls. I need to move this and then add to the stage. There we go. All right. This is our weekly schedule. This is a weekly schedule. At 5 o'clock on Sunday, I'm live on YouTube. 6 o'clock, we do our charting and our prep for the week. Monday, we've got trade entry. We got our times that we enter our trades. During the week, I have some additional entry trades depending on when I see that the trades are supposed to be entered. That's really in real time. Thursday evenings at 7 o'clock, we have training. Every Thursday at 7, we have training and trades prep, and that training has to do with what the community needs. And then the first Saturday of the month at 11 o'clock, we do a coaching call. And then during the week, I do like on as you see here, Monday at 10:15, SPX0, I do a trade call then for those who are able to get on. Sometimes I'll pop up and do like one on Wednesday. I did one last week on Monday and Friday. Depends on what I have going on the other days. I may do just like a pop-up call, but the standing calls are Sunday at 6, Thursday at 7, Saturday for the first Saturday. And these pop-ups during the week, I usually do at least one daytime call during the week. As long as I've got, availability, I do at least one of those every week. Believe me, there is no shortage of calls. You don't have to worry about you being left out there all alone where somebody says, go do this and go do that, and you can't find the people. No, if you got questions, you ask them, and somebody, mostly me, answers the questions. But my community is very interactive. So there's people there who are always helping. On Tuesday and Thursday, I'm teaching all day. So I'm not available to answer a lot of questions, but my community steps right in to make sure nobody's getting left behind. All right. And then when Tuesday and Thursday come, you've gotten trained really well. So that way you can do. All right. We got daily profits to grow our accounts. There's training and support. All right. Ward says, yep, the lunch and the shopping was all paid for. Yes, it was. The lunch, the shopping, and the trainer, because I needed him to be paid for too. I needed the trainer to be paid for too. This is a good point I want to make here. Let me pause for the cause. I'm at 5:35. Pause for the cause. I decided I wanted to be really serious about very toning and starting to work on strength training, right? And I could have gone to the gym. I could have gone onto the computer, got me a program. I could have did all the things, right? And held myself accountable. I had started some of that and was like, the accountability wasn't happening for me. So I went to the gym. I was like, okay, I'm going to get the gym membership and then I'm going to go to the gym. But then how am I going to stay accountable? I decided to pay for the trainer. The reason I decided to pay for the trainer was I wanted the outside person who number area that I was trying to improve. Number two was going to hold me accountable, along the way, right? So number one, I'm repeating this. Number one, I got somebody who knew more than I knew in the area where I wanted to change and improve. Number two, I wanted somebody who could hold me accountable along the way. Who's going to take checks every month. I'm going to have to get on a scale. Every month they're going to take measurements. I know somebody's going to be checking my nutrition. So that means I'm mindful of what I'm eating, all these good things. Let's translate that to trading. You need to make sure that you've got somebody who, number one, knows a little bit more than you. I'm not saying I know more than you in all the areas of trading, right? But I'm going to tell you, if you want to ask about some credit spreads, there ain't but a few people. Who can give you more conversation about some credit spreads. Only a handful, because this is my area. I'm walking in my lane when we talking about credit spreads. You talk about buying this and doing this and that, and you ain't talking to me, because that ain't my role. And I'm not trying to be in nobody's lane but mine, right? Somebody who knows more than you do in this area. Number two, somebody who's going to hold you accountable. Right? Somebody's going to check in on you to make sure that you are ready when you're ready to scale up. Somebody who's going to say, okay, I see you got a little issues here. Let's fine tune the problem, or let's maybe fine tune an area where maybe you got a little fear, let's step in. Or you making this move, maybe we need to adjust a little bit. Or just somebody, you can be entering your own trades, maybe a small thing like, I just need to ask you if these strikes are good. Somebody you can ask. I've been in communities where you can ask all day and don't nobody answer you back. Nobody. Or somebody who's in the community who like, who are you? Some random answers you back. The person who led the community, you don't know where they at. Where they at? You'll never see them. Right? So I'm not saying people in my community won't answer, that won't be me, but I will answer the majority of the questions that are asked in our community. All right. Because I'm going to be active. And anyway, you need a coach that's going to help guide you, especially if you're trying to get somewhere that you're not yet. You all need a coach, and you need somebody who is accessible. Now, some people want to take advantage of your accessibility. I'm not accessible, but I am accessible. All right. I'm here to help. Definitely here to help you with whatever it is you need. All right. All right. So let me continue. Let me keep moving, right? Because I need to keep us moving. Chart your way to 100K. For those of you who are working in the charting space and really need to improve and increase your charting knowledge, chart your way to 100K. You can find this at my website, educator2trader.com. Again, I put that in the link to the comments, but I'll put it there again. Educator2trader.com. You can find all of my resources there. This is the Chart Your Way to 100K, a stock charting training course. Perhaps you say, I don't want no membership. I just want to learn the training. I just want the different strategies. Then you can go to my website and find all of those things. All right. Everything you're looking for is there. If you're looking for some training and in the seller space, I've done it. All right. But now, if you join the membership, all of the stuff I just talked about, you have access to all that stuff. So if you join the membership for $97 a month, you have access to all the stuff. You got access to me. You got access to the community. You got access to all the trainings. You got access to all the calls. You got access to all the things for $97 a month. So why not, right? Why not? Why not come on over into the membership? Let me take us back to the screen. Why not come on over into the membership and join us? And if you don't do it by today, not that I'm trying to strong arm anyone, I'm just saying that after today, there's a lady who used to be in our community, in my neighborhood when I was little, who used to say, today, and tonight. All roads are leading to tonight. Listen, tonight. It's closing up tonight, period. And that is not a threat. It really is just the truth. It is closing tonight. All right. Hey, Denise, how you doing? Glad to see you. All righty. This is where we are. All righty. So we talked about all the stuff, talked about all the things I wanted to cover today. I'm going to wrap up here because I'm going to go on and get ready for our charting call within the community. That's what we do at 6 o'clock every Sunday. After I talk to y'all about what I see for the week, I go on to my community and talk and prep for the week. As far as what I do see or what I think is going to happen, I think we may experience a little bit of a pop to go along with the tariff rumor of the exceptions. I think it'll be interesting to see what really happens with that. But my motto, as I say all the time, is to trade what you see, right? I'm not at this point a fan of doing anything too long term because we can't see. Can't really see too far around these corners. So, you need to make sure that you can get in on something that is not too far down the road. All right. Something not too far down the road. My thoughts, that's all I'm saying. Find you something, try to scale way down, focus on one or two things and do it that way. Because if you're looking at too much stuff, you could get clapped, as they say. And I know you don't want that for anybody. But I will say, don't let fear of the wind keep you from sowing. If all you worried about is I could possibly lose, then and you don't put any seed in the ground, then you cannot expect a harvest, right? If there is no seed in the ground, there will be no harvest. So you can use wisdom Still cast your seed out in a very wise area with guidance and whatever, and then take in your harvest. All right. So don't be so fearful that you don't do anything, because this is the season where you need to be planting seeds, because people all around us are making money, and you don't want to be one of the ones sitting on the sideline doing this right here as the ball going back and forth, and you sitting on the sideline doing nothing. And when it's all over, you wish you had. You don't want that to be you either. All righty. So please be sure to like and subscribe. Do all the things, right? Do all the things that you're supposed to do when you're on YouTube, YouTube channels. Do all that good stuff, right? I was going to say something else. Oh, I'll be on tomorrow morning. At 8:45. I come on here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Dinner. It won't be this Friday because the market will be closed. But usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I am on here. I'm at 8:45. You can follow me in all the places. I'm in Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Threads, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. And now that I'm mentioning it, I'm at the end of the call, but I'm on LinkedIn, and I am Educator to Trader on LinkedIn. Let me see if I can get it. LinkedIn.com/educator _ I hope I'm putting the underscores in the right place. Educator to Trader. Y'all join me over there on LinkedIn. I'm trying to beef up my LinkedIn presence, and I'd like for you all to come on over there and join me over on LinkedIn. Okay, different kind of content. LinkedIn is not the same as Facebook. Different content happens there. We can get a little deeper, a little more educational over on LinkedIn. So come on over and join me. And if that link I just gave you is not correct, look for Educator to Trader. I'm basically Educator to Trader in all the places. Educator to the number Trader. All right. Okay, everybody. I will see you tomorrow morning, but I'll also see you in the market. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Remember, trade what you see. Let's stay green and get this money.